Hello dear students, welcome back to a new class, and today we're going to introduce the main topics that we're going to see along this new unit, that it's early modern world. And modern world not in the modern nowadays world that we live with technological devices and the fourth industrial revolution. No, that's not the early modern world. When we talk about these historical events, we have to go back to the 1350 and the 1815, that we more or less we're going to sum up main events that happened during the 14th and the 18th centuries. So let's see what are going to be the main ideas that we have to understand. First, the modern world began during this period, such as I just mentioned before, and in this historical background, the Asian empires and the European countries expanded their influence through exploration, which it became all this idea of creating colonies and the fact that they start developing trading, international trading, but at the same time it became a conflict between empires. So finally, by the 18th century, this political and social revolution, it was the beginning of democratic nations. So for us to be a democratic nation, we will understand all the influences, all what happened, the main events, how this idea of revolution is going to be beginning and developing along with these years. So in these units, we're going to understand four main events, okay? Four main periods of history that we have to understand so we could understand this idea of independence. First, the idea of Renaissance. The idea of Renaissance and Reformation, when it's going to be the rebirth, when the Middle Ages totally ends, and it's going to be the beginning, the rebirth of new ideas, giving great importance to science, to arts, to human, okay? Instead of other ideas such as the church, for example, okay? So they will be just living apart. Renaissance and Reformation, it's going to be between the 1350 till the 1600s, more or less. Also, we are going to understand the Revolution and the Enlightenment, 1550 and the 1800s, that basically it's going to be a moment in which many interesting scientists, they will developing new ideas. The fact that there will be a revolution or scientific revolution, giving importance to experimentation, observation, having your own conclusions. Enlightenment, the fact that they will develop new ideologies in aspects of revolution, of independence, of a rebirth. So in this case, it's going to be all the background for an important event such as this one, we are going to talk about it. The age of exploration, the 1500s until the 1800s, because of the Enlightenment and the scientific revolution, it will be a huge impact in the aspects of science, arts, astronomy, mathematics, and they start developing new weapons, instruments, tools, so they could have the possibility to explore into the different continents. And all these three main historical events will be the reason why the French Revolution happened between the 1789 till more or less the 1815. With all this background, with all these contexts, the French Revolution finally had a lot of impact at that moment, and obviously nowadays. Why? We're going to understand why. But this is only an introduction of the main topics that we're gonna talk in this unit. So, for us to finish this class as an introduction, I have a question for you. How will you change the way of thinking of a society if you were considered to be a leader, let's imagine that you're a leader, that you dislike the context that you're living at that moment. How would you do all this change? How you can be in touch with this person, with these people? How to be persuasive with a society that maybe it's going to support you? But how would you do this change? Let's think about it. This is the introduction for this new unit. I hope you like it. We're gonna see many things. I'm gonna keep on sharing new material so you will review it, and then we're gonna discuss it in class. Okay, so I hope you like it. Have a great day, and see you on the next opportunity. Take care.